Konnichiwa, and Yobasu. Willie of the POLIT'AI CHI, got my Marine Corps recon thing-a-ling-a-majing going on. Why? Did you hear about Illinois representative, not sure from which congressional district, this guy saying this stuff about our White House Chief of Staff? Not the brightest move in the world. Don't be dissing the Corps. I just say that in general, not sticking my finger, getting up in your grill, audience viewers. You're part of the collective. Richard Fowler over here, one more tolerable Democrats rather. But this Daca thing's making them lose their collective minds. Why? That's the reason for the Poly Ranch. Roll it.
After the White House rescinded Daca, Gutierrez said this: General Kelly is a hypocrite who is a disgrace to the uniform he used to wear. He has no honor, and he should be drummed out of the White House, along with the white supremacists and those enabling the president's actions by, quote, just following orders.
And time's up on that. You know, flag officers, generals, a lot of them earn their moniker of a middle name. Not sure General Kelly has one. Sometimes full bird colonels do it as well. I'm not so sure. I haven't heard of any mercurial majors or Captain Courageouses at any of the services, but it's possible. But in defense of the General and the Marine Corps on a whole, because this guy's just pissed off every Marine and everyone ever affiliated with the Marines into perpetuity. So, on that note, I'm going to try to keep it classy and graceful, but Girlie Man Gutierrez should resign his commission, as bestowed and ordained by the body of Congress on a whole, because he has brought dishonor on himself. And his district on a whole, I'm sure he's alienated some veterans. You don't go out and start talking like that. This Daca issue, it'll get resolved, it'll be into law, and it will be fair. I've got a new moniker for you with regard, or definition of the acronym rather, of Daca. And that is Democrat attitudes continually antithetical. Thanks for watching. Those silly DUIs while you're out there. Roll clips.
Developing tonight, White House Chief of Staff John Kelly is now firing back at Illinois Democrat Congressman Luis Gutierrez, who took aim at the retired four-star general after the White House rescinded Daca. Gutierrez said this: General Kelly is a hypocrite who is a disgrace to the uniform he used to wear. He has no honor, and he should be drummed out of the White House, along with the white supremacists and those enabling the president's actions by, quote, just following orders. So now General Kelly tells FoxNews.com exclusively this with regard to that: as far as the congressman and other irresponsible members of Congress are concerned, they have the luxury of saying what they want, as they do nothing. And as my blessed mother used to say, empty barrels make the most noise. Joining me now, Mark Thiessen, American Enterprise Institute scholar, and Richard Fowler, nationally syndicated radio host. Both are Fox News contributors. Gentlemen, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be with you.
I think a lot of people felt that that initial statement from Congressman Gutierrez was inexcusable. To call a retired four-star general who lost his son in battle. He's a Gold Star parent who's served for 45 years in the United States military. Richard, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think there's a big problem. You should never attack a Gold Star family. I think the president learned the lesson of never attacking a Gold Star family. And here's the thing. I think the blame for repealing Daca lands squarely on one person's feet, right? And that is in one person's hands or feet, however you want to put it. And that's President Trump's, right? President Trump was the person who made the decision to repeal Daca. And I think the president regrets that decision. We found out today from Politico that the president told Leader Pelosi that, he would sign any bill that comes out of Congress that would provide any type of permanent replacement to DACA or any type of bill that would allow for permanent
Well, he
citizenship.
said he's going to give Congress 6 months to work it out. It was going to
Yeah,
expire
and no,
anyway.
he-
President
no,
Obama
but-
said it was temporary, so I don't know what's so
No,
evil
no,
about saying that we're going to take it off the books and we're going to come up with a solution. And you're saying it's evil.
But let me be very clear.
You're being very clear, dude.
The reason why there is some
And he's one of the more
evilness is
tolerable
that
Democrats.
You have 800,000 people who came to this country at no fault of their own. Some of them were infants when they got here, and you're playing
We're going to get
political
into it.
football with their
Hold on.
future, and that's
I will
what's
get into it.
problematic.
But Mark, I want to go back to General Kelly's response because I think it deserves a response from Mark Thiessen. If you're measuring class in terms of the way you express yourself, I think General Kelly was the winner in this showdown.
Oh, no doubt. And look, that statement from Congressman Gutierrez, that wasn't like an off-the-cuff remark that he made in a fit of anger. That was a written statement he put out. He thought about that, put pen to paper and put that out, which is absolutely appalling. So, I mean, his statement was outrageous. But quite frankly, what I found outrageous is this feigned liberal, anguish over the Daca decision. Donald Trump is pro-dreamer. He said from the very beginning, before the inauguration, he wants to work something out to help the dreamers stay. Daca is unconstitutional. Okay? Even Barack Obama admitted he doesn't have the authority to suspend deportations as President of the United States with executive action. So it was being challenged by attorneys general that were going to sue, and it could have been overturned in the courts. So what Donald Trump has done, he could have just gotten rid of it and started and let the chips fall where they may. Instead, he gave Congress 6 months to do its job and to pass some legislation. And he said that he wants to work with Congress, wants to work with Nancy Pelosi. I don't see what's evil about that, Richard. It's time for the resistance to grow up. The President of the United States has reached out his hand to Democrats and said, let's work something out to help the dreamers. Do you people hate Donald Trump so much that you're not even willing to do that?
No, wait, let's be very clear. This is not about the resistance. This is not about
Yes,
Democrats.
it is.
No, let me be very clear. President Obama has tried to pass the DREAM Act, and Republicans stood in the way of passing the DREAM Act. It's Republicans that is stopping. Let me be very clear. It is Republicans that stop. It is Republicans that have stopped the DREAM Act from passing when President Bush was in office. It is Republicans that stopped the DREAM Act from passing when Barack Obama was in office. And
But
now,
here's the question. Let me bring in one other element here, guys, before I run out of time. I guess where does the line get drawn is the question, right?
Yes.
So eventually you have to say, and then after that point, we will not allow people to come in, illegally into this country, and they will not be grandfathered in if they came in with their parents. I mean, at some point, the legislation has to articulate where the boundary is on this program, or else you might as well just not have any boundaries at all. Mark and then
That's
Richard.
what needs
Mark
to be
first.
negotiated. That's what needs to be negotiated. That's why we need 6 months for Congress to do something. And by the way, Donald Trump even gave away his leverage and said that if we don't work it out in 6 months, he'll revisit the issue. I mean, his hand is outstretched to work something out that is constitutional, unlike this executive action, that will be sustainable and that will help the dreamers. So you could go on and on, Richard, as much as you want about George Bush and the Republican Congress. You've got a Republican president right now saying, let's work together. Why don't you take a hand?
There's no need to negotiate here. The word dreamer is the negotiation. These are individuals that came to this country from age 0 to 15. They have committed no crime, right? Most of them are either in school, they're working, or they're serving in our military.
So if someone comes in next year or the year after that, Richard, in the same circumstances,
they do
they're
not
okay?
qualify to be a dreamer.
I gotta
They
go.
don't qualify to be a
Taking me
dreamer.
down here,
They're
guys.
not a
Thank you
dreamer.
very much. Still to come. Word of the night after.